PSG went with a game plan. And the game plan was to dominate.
An early goal. No, not dominate.
An early goal. And then, they dominated you in the game.
Let's accept. See, PSG no be Madrid. And I don't tell you for say any year where you beat Madrid, consider say don't win Champions League because that cup so you know go carry them.
Football Banter.
Hey guys, we're back. It's Football Banter, and today we are going to be jumping into the semi-final and dissecting and analyzing and bantering, if possible, where necessary, on what's happening. It hasn't pretty much turned out the way we expected, and everything is not over until it's over. One half of the semi-final encounter gone. The next half we're looking forward to, and we're going to start with the match between PSG and Arsenal. Wow, as an Arsenal fan, man. Well, I was actually expecting PSG to show up because for that game I was indifferent. Yeah, even though I always support my team to win, but I was indifferent because PSG was a different.
No, they talk that kind of for you.
No, PSG was a different animal. PSG was a different animal in the room compared to Madrid. Madrid was easy, but PSG, I didn't know what to expect. You know why? Because I played them before. I won, but a lot of transition, a lot of improvement has happened, so it became scary because you don't know what to expect. And the first 20 minutes, wow. They were all over Arsenal, but eventually we got ourselves back into the game, and that's where my confidence lies, knowing that we didn't concede much, so we have a chance to fight in the second leg.
Who was playing home?
Arsenal was playing home.
Okay.
Yes. So of course, PSG is a good side, right? Aside them being a good side,
you don't confess.
I didn't quite understand their game. You know, see that match. Every objective football fan would not say PSG will win or Arsenal will win. Even the best of the best Arsenal fans or analysts would not really confidently say Arsenal would win if you're objective. I'm not saying as a fan right now. Objectively, you would not. It could go either way.
No, listen, but I once said it here that the only team, if you can remember some episode back.
Yes, you said that.
I said that PSG is the most dangerous team in this Champions League.
Most dangerous, I won't quite agree.
They are going for the title. I said even I, as Madrid as I am, I think the champion for the Champions League this season is going to be PSG. I said it here. And you saying that you won them before, you did that. I want to tell you something. Baba, PSG no be Madrid. And I don't tell you for you say, any year where you beat Madrid, consider say don't win Champions League because that cup so, go carry them. And then a cup they don't win.
And that's your opinion.
No, see, you didn't tell me say
Coach,
the game
it's been
is
3
open,
weeks now.
blah 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 blah.
Coach,
Now Tuesday. Now Tuesday. No, forget about even next year, I go see remind you. You won me in 2006. You went to the finals to meet Barcelona.
Yeah.
You saw what happened to you.
Nothing happened.
Barcelona no win you.
I was robbed.
You were robbed.
Now every time they rob you.
You see, now my issue with Arsenal
They always
fans,
rob. They rob you.
The issue is that they rob you everywhere. PJ Mall. You understand? Now Champions League they still rob you. The penalty is when they refuse to give PSG. The penalty.
Let's not go off topic.
Coach, if you ask now, what did they do? What was the robbery there? You can never point on.
No, there was a lot of things to point
now
out.
for me that game, PSG went with a game plan. And the game plan was to dominate.
An early goal. No, not dominate.
An early goal. And then, they dominated you in the game.
No.
They dominated in the first half.
The first 25 minutes.
The first half.
The first 25 minutes.
The first half.
Go back and watch the match.
The first half, they dominated the first half.
He just passed back.
No. The first 25 minutes. Go and watch it.
No, the first 25 minutes was actually
total domination.
Domination.
By PSG.
And then the last 20 minutes now was
Arsenal found their way into the game.
No, you didn't find your way.
No, found our way.
Arsenal found their way in the second leg.
Let's accept.
See.
No.
The first 25 minutes was 95-5. The last 20 minutes was 72 28.
You didn't watch the match.
Okay, I'm blind.
Yes, you're blind.
No,
See,
Divine, to be honest,
listen,
Bam,
no,
to be honest,
listen. Let me have a say. Let me have a say.
PSG dominated the first half.
No, hold on.
You know,
Hold on.
the problem is their mouth.
Hold
Now I
on
want to win Champions League.
hold on.
Because in reality, you no go see them. After them say me I'm blind.
Hold on. Now, listen. The stats of the match, right? If you go by the stats of the match, right? This analysis he gave just now did not exist. The first 25 minutes, PSG dominated. Arsenal was literally trailing the game. Go and watch the match again. 25 minutes.
I think we need to just check.
The first 25 minutes, PSG were on top. Arsenal found their way into the game. Arsenal found their way into the game in the last 20 minutes because if you look at, we equalized before the half went out, even though it was an offside. But we equalized. So if we were dominated, how did we
It's possible
equalize?
now.
There's nothing like that.
You didn't equalize the first half.
What do you mean by
It was the second half that you scored.
What do you mean by equalize?
It was in the second half
Now,
that you
when you
scored.
score goal,
And it was
then you say you
cancelled.
equalize the first. I mean, say maybe watch the match.
Okay, that
You tell me, say me I'm
relax. That was like the first what you call it of the second half, the first few minutes of the second half.
Yes, the
I agree.
second half totally Arsenal actually played.
Hold on.
We are talking about the first half.
Wait,
Second half.
sorry,
Second
what I was
half,
trying to
Arsenal
say.
came
What I
back.
was
You
trying to say.
understand? Arsenal
What
was
I
in
was
their
trying
shape
to say.
in the
Relax,
second half.
because let me make my point. What I was trying to say is that we had opportunities that we didn't take in the first half, which Martinelli threw away. I think 2 chances in the first half. That was towards the end of the first half. So it is not the whole first half. I agree they had the upper hand in the most part of the first half, but not the whole first half. Because Arsenal found their way into the game towards the end of the first half. Then the second half we were balanced. So I'm not, and that's not taking out the fact that PSG were exceptional. They came prepared. They had their strategy. Luckily, it worked.
According to the stats that I have here, in the first 20 minutes, PSG totally dominated Arsenal.
That's correct.
They didn't show me the number. They just showed us the map.
I said on 95-5. Check out.
Arsenal had possession just after the first 25 minutes for let's say 5%. They just controlled it, and then immediately PSG collected it and ended the first half dominating Arsenal.
I said it.
Then the second half, Arsenal were the one with full
They found their
dominance.
feet dominance.
PSG only came towards the end from 70-something minutes to 80-something minutes.
balance up.
When Barcola missed that chance, and also Gonzalo Ramos.
Oh boy, this Dembele na killer.
Yeah.
You see, PSG up front there. The guy now I tell you, I explain it to you guys. Football nowadays, what you know, I know. The difference. What to make the difference is speed in thinking, speed in control, speed in passing. And you saw PSG. PSG was so fantastic. The guy.
Yeah, fantastic. The first goal was actually a training ground goal. It's a training ground goal.
Perfect.
If you watch that first goal, because look at the way the ball was, they played the ball out from Pacho to Dembele straight to Kvaratskhelia went there. He knew that Dembele would be there
and he gave the pass.
If you saw the way he was wasting time for Dembele to get to that position, immediately one time,
he released it.
Boom,
and he scored.
And that was it. So
they were very fast with their execution.
And something we should note here is that you see Arteta. You know all this. The 2 coaches are Johan Cruyff's progeny. If you look at Arteta, he was with Pep Guardiola in Barcelona. Luis Enrique was in the academy.
They all played together at Barca.
Later on became the head coach of Barcelona, won the Champions League with Barcelona.
He traveled.
Went to, I don't know. Then
Enrique is a tactician.
But if you look at the tactics of the 2 coaches, you understand who is Oga and who is boy. You understand? And when the wine sit here and tell me that the game is still open.
Coach, that's a very lame way to address it. Very lame way to address it.
I don't refuse it. You can call it lame.
No.
You can call it. You can call it pajamas.
Just
go ahead. Finish.
Let's say it's the reason why
Finish.
If you look at it, if you look at what Arteta laid, you understand? Arteta, like I said, he's building. That's why they could only gain their feet in the second half. But if you look at Luis Enrique has, the coaching certificate, while Arteta has, an FCD permit.
Building permit. Yes.
So if you look at the way it was, if you look at it, Luis Enrique came in full flesh. He had both a short-term plan and a long-term plan, whereas Arteta has only a long-term plan. You understand? He came with a short-term plan, bam, 1 goal. And then he brought in now the elastic plan, which is a long-term plan. Let's contain them. And it went there. But Arteta was still building in the first half. No, let's see what they are doing. And then 1 goal. Luckily enough that the ref was I mean,
Lenient.
No, but that was not a
lenient.
penalty.
It
Actually.
was. It was.
No.
not.
Even if you check
To
it,
me,
if you check it,
the
see,
the
go to
contact
UEFA,
was
go to
very
UEFA,
minimal.
Go to UEFA. They said the ref that was at the ref's discretion, but most of the pundits,
It's a 50-50 actually.
yeah, most of the pundits said
50-50.
it's a penalty.
Penalty.
Yeah, because actually he was hooked. For about 2 or 3 seconds before
Yeah,
he
it
was
was-
released.
yes,
so
but
it's a
the
penalty.
thing was,
Anything
when
that
it was
lasts,
going down,
anything
he
that
was
lasts more than
released.
1 second, everything I can tap and release you. No, it's no fault. But anything that lasts more than 3 seconds is a penalty. So you understand what I was saying in a nutshell is, please don't take it bad. I'm just simply giving the analysis of how your coach was functioning based on, you know.
And that's not the analysis, that's your own
No,
analysis.
because head to head, if you look at head to head with the coaches, Arteta can never match Luis Enrique.
That's your opinion.
One, Arteta has won nothing.
That's your
Luis
opinion.
Enrique has won a Champions League.
It doesn't matter.
He's a Champions League
He's a
final
treble winner.
holder.
He's a treble winner.
Okay.
A treble winner again
He's
for
a
that matter.
treble
And he has won
And
the
I want to tell you something. That as you are making here, if Manchester United should
You
go
know-
ahead and win the Europa League, Manchester United will be far much better than you in that second position that you keep. You maintain consistency.
Okay,
I'm the
okay.
second, I'm the
Okay,
second,
thank
second.
you.
Okay, thank you.
You don't tell me thank you.
So let's talk about
You don't-
the
you don't
other
tell me
game.
thank you.
Let's talk about the other game.
You don't tell me thank you.
before
You
we go
must
to the other
accept
game.
that.
Before we go to the other game.
That Arteta is still building.
But you've just finished talking now. Allow me talk. You want to
go on,
also
go on.
continue the
Yeah,
game.
go on.
Then relax.
I've not landed.
You made your point.
You said
So
thank
rest.
you.
Thank you.
You
You made your
have to say
point.
thank you.
You made your point, and your point is
Thank you
one-sided,
now,
and your point is
coach.
biased. First of all, I know you are hurt. You know, because it will be very naive of me to come here and say because Arteta totally outclassed what was the Madrid's coach
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. Then Arteta is Ancelotti's master. That's very naive.
It can
thing
never
to
be
say.
like that.
Yes, that's what you just said.
No. What I'm saying is the fact.
Listen. If you watch the game from the analysis he just gave, nobody mastered anybody. Nobody mastered anybody.
Hey, we can go again.
Enrique,
Hold on.
listen,
Hey, we can go again there.
The game,
listen.
at the end of the game.
Listen.
Wait.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Let me finish my point. Let me
Divine.
finish my
Okay,
point.
okay.
Let me finish my point. Don't cut me off, please.
All right. Sorry.
Let me finish my point.
Continue.
Sorry.
Good. Now, nobody mastered anybody because first half, Enrique had it. Second half, Arteta had it. So there was nothing like anybody
But
mastering
who
anybody.
went with the
Who
3
went with
points?
3 points?
Of course, Enrique went with 3
Also,
points.
the stats at the end
who
of
had
the
an
game. At the end of the game, PSG bossed Arsenal in
But
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
stats.
yeah.
No problem. Agreed.
Can you read the
Like I
stats for
said,
us?
read the stats. He's read it before. There's no point.
No.
reading it.
I didn't read the full game.
There
full
is
game.
no point reading the game. Allow me make my
Possession.
points. Allow me make my points.
Go on.
Right? Don't interrupt me. I'm well aware of the stats, and I'm certain of what everything I
All
said.
this theory
I'm
talk, you no go change the fact, say you no go
cutting
explain
across.
yourself
I'm
here.
not cutting across.
Look,
Wait, listen.
continue.
I'm not
Yeah.
digressing and talking irrelevant things for sake of banter. No, let's get fast straight. Even if we have to banter comes afterward. But let's not miseducate people watching.
can go on.
Now, look here. You said something about you tried to play down whatever Arsenal had to play without really objectively analyzing everything. I understand you're trying to draw out banter. Good and fine. Now, if you watch that match, first and foremost, PSG won the midfield. And if if there was a Thomas Partey in the Arsenal team, that would have been a different conversation.
If there was.
If there was a Thomas
what
Partey.
was if doing in this?
Can you allow me, please? When you had your say.
Can go on.
I was calm.
Go ahead.
If there was a Thomas Partey in the Arsenal midfield, that would have been that game would have been a different ball game entirely because already we have shortage of manpower.
Yeah.
So and if you want to go player, set some positions, look at the quality of the PSG side. They have good quality. And like you rightly said, they have improved. They've understood themselves. You could see that from the result of the goal.
Yeah.
But totally writing off, talking about the Arsenal's performance or Arsenal team or the coach in the way you said it, that doesn't make any sense, right? Even if you have to banter, you can banter in a more reasonable, bearing the facts in mind. Now, PSG were a little better than Arsenal. They were not as there was the gap between PSG and Arsenal was not like a yawning gulf. It wasn't a yawning gulf. And I bet you.
I beg you correct that
It's actually
statement.
true.
Listen.
I want to just chip in something
No,
before we go to the next
before
game.
before you chip in something, I'm wrapping up. Listen, it wasn't a yawning gulf, right? And like I said, Arsenal came into that match expecting anything. Enrique is a tactician, so you don't expect Arteta, even though he had one against him, he doesn't know what to expect in that game. So he kept it open.
Yeah, to see what they're going to
Yes, to see what they are going to bring. And it was,
counter.
and luckily, the strategy worked because that goal entered. If Dembele's goal did not enter, you won't sit here and have whatever conversation you are having, right? Now we have seen what PSG can do. Let's wait for the second leg.
Now, just to chip it before we go to the next game, I will agree with you when he said it was not fully full. They were ahead of Arsenal with just a little edge because the stats showed it. Everything they used to pass Arsenal was just with 1-2, 1-2. And if you check the game, because of PSG dominated the first half and Arsenal dominated the second half, you'll see that it was balanced. That is one. Number two, Arsenal scored, though it was an offside, it could have been 1-1. They had chances to score, so did PSG have chances to score. The game was, Arsenal did not play bad, to be honest. They didn't play bad. PSG played well, but Arsenal did not play bad. So it's still an open game. And let's see what's going to happen in the second leg.
And I also think the absence of Thomas Partey also
yes, they will
contributed
definitely miss
because
we help in marking and passing.
This guy, Rice was just struggling in that midfield. He was trying to.
Partey's absence limited Rice. That was just fine.
No, because I think he was doing majority of the job in that midfield.
Odegaard didn't.
Normally, if there was a
Partey,
Partey would have been doing. I think he does more.
Stabilize the defense and the midfield.
He defends the ball, and then
he controls
Rice
the tempo
goes
also, he
to
tries.
attack. So, but the absence of Partey makes Rice to go deep on the attack, but then there is no one to come back to defense. So
Odegaard was not in that match.
It's just
And then
I want to ask the question.
So that's the only excuse I can get from Arsenal.
You know, when you guys say A, B, I'm done, things spoiled, it baffles me. What if Partey in this second leg is in the game and
What
they
if
end up
let
winning
him
Arsenal?
let
What
him
would you say?
happen?
Because
Let it
what
happen
I'm saying,
first.
what I'm
We're
saying,
talking about
Coach,
what happened.
Coach,
Coach,
hold on, let me land. Let me land now. What if Partey was around? Listen, I played without most of my defenders, and you won me, and I accepted it. I said it's okay. I cannot win all the time. And I told you that that's the end of the road for you.
Okay.
And what I'm saying here is the one, if you care, you take it.
Okay.
If you care, you don't take it. But the Arsenal fans out there, you have to take it.
No, there's no reason.
There's no way, Oga, you guys will go to the final.
Okay.
No way.
Okay. So the second
A
game.
bitter Madrid fan. He's bitter. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the match between Inter Milan and Barcelona.
Best match in the Champions League.
Wow, that match
that
was
match-
six-goal
that match
thriller.
was-
It was a
was
six-goal thriller.
masterclass.
The best game in
Like
Champions
everybody came out. I didn't expect Inter Milan to score that much, and also didn't expect them to concede that much.
Being that their defense.
And also, you not expect Barcelona to score that much and concede that much.
I expected Barcelona to score
I
much.
expect Barcelona to score.
Okay.
But
everybody were on
it was
Milan
weird.
defense, that Milan defense.
No. But it's Barcelona.
Okay.
It was weird to see Barcelona they concede anyhow.
No, but
But
as
that,
the
it
Barcelona
balances
fan-
it out. Looking at the fact that they could also score as much as they could take.
Yeah.
But I would give Barcelona an edge because they are free scoring. I don't know if you get, because they can score more. They can outscore Inter. They have the manpower to outscore Inter, right? But looking at going to San Siro, anything can
Giuseppe
happen.
Meazza.
Anything can happen. You understand? And Thierry Henry made a statement about the away goal rule. That would have been a fantastic thing to look forward to.
It's not
longer
active,
in
but
play.
that's no longer no longer around. But looking at this, who is going to go through between Inter and Barca? It is tight, but I'm tipping Barca to go through because
First
they
of
can
all,
score.
Dwayne, let's talk about the goals. Yamal and Dumfries scored
two
twice.
goals, yeah.
Brace. Yamal. Hey God.
No, it's
Yamal
not.
is a joy to watch.
It's not even the goal he scored. It's the way he commands the game.
And when he was going past that defense, I was expecting a tackle, at least drop, because I knew if Yamal entered that box,
A tackle was supposed to come, but he didn't come because of his body
he's
fence.
going to
He was
score.
perfect with his.
That's the word. You see, I rewatched the goals.
replay.
And it's small touch there.
There is a way. There is a way.
No, outside the box.
There is a,
No, the body fence. He shifted Mkhitaryan with the body
okay,
fence.
that's
there is a
true.
way. There is a way. Yamal moves with the ball. Like it's like he has measured it. He doesn't make careless push on the ball. Every push is intentional. Every push, once he goes, If you watch that goal, look the way he went in, the turn. There is no way you can
And
tackle
the
that.
placing of the ball to score.
And did
It
you
was
see
against
the
time.
angle that ball went to?
No, it was against.
Zoma was helpless. He could not do anything. He was
It
looking
was
at the
against
ball.
time.
Was like,
You know, for example, not comparing because there's no base for comparison. If Saka was to play that ball, he's going to like bend to take the shots. So there is a time count that you'd expect the ball to come, but the ball could be faster. You get it, or maybe it could be placed. But with Yamal's take on that ball, it was against time. It didn't like you didn't expect him to shoot it.
as in,
You understand?
he was expecting to come and move
Yeah,
in
to
small.
move it. You
He
expect-
took it.
He just
took
took
it
it
sharp.
So that's what
The goalkeeper
caught the
was
keeper off
helpless.
guard.
And like you said, the way he times the ball, like he calculates the movement of the ball
every
for him to
movement.
make his next touch. If you see the way, if the other goal that wanted to score that Soma made the save, like he lost. What's his name? DiMarco.
the thing is-
DiMarco was out of the picture. Look at the way he controlled that ball to enter that small space.
Barcelona, Inter, I think they've met about 3 times, and Inter has won Barcelona twice, and
No.
Barcelona.
But if you check the
if
stat,
if
Barcelona have more wins than Inter.
no,
We have won.
I'm talking about
Head to head.
since 2000 head to head. I think they met 3 times. I think
If you're
something
talking
like that.
about head to head, you're talking about all their games.
From
now.
2000, now that's what I'm saying. From
Yeah,
2000,
Barca
you
have
can
more
check
head
it
to
now.
head. Yes, Barca
You
have
can
more
check
win
it.
against Inter.
Barca
than-
has more wins against
Yes,
Inter.
against Inter.
Since
Barcelona
2000.
have 4 wins
Since the year
against Inter.
2000.
Barcelona have, I think, 4 wins against Inter, and Inter has just 2.
Two.
And they've drawn so
Two.
many.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Check it,
Yeah.
check it out. So what I'm saying in nutshell about this game is, Barcelona should not think that they are done, because in San Siro you'll be facing pressure, and you know what Italy can bring. Yeah, you'll be facing enormous pressure from the fans, and secondly, at this point in time, when Inter gets to the semi-finals, remember the last time Inter met Barcelona was around, I think, 2015 or 2011, something like that, when Mourinho and Samuel Eto'o and Diego Milito and all the rest, they were there. And Guardiola was the coach. And they eliminated Barcelona at home. Yeah, at Camp Nou. You know, I think you can remember that incident.
Yeah.
And like I said, Inter Milan is not a team that you should take it lightly, because those people can change water into wine at any point in time. And now that Italy is mourning the Pope, I think San Siro will want to use this win
To console themselves.
So you are going to Italy with a lot of factors, against you. But well, like I always say, football is round. Even with Arsenal game, football is round. And not winning at home is a deficiency.
Yeah.
Having a draw at home is still a deficiency. So let's keep
But
the
it still
windows
keeps-
open.
it still keeps the game open.
Let's keep the
It's
windows
still
open.
open.
Let's keep the windows open.
There's still chance for Barcelona.
and see what will happen.
The only-
What
the
will
only-
happen on Tuesday and Wednesday?
The only thing I see,
I've gone through the stats, yeah. So
Since 2000, ba?
yes, total matches played 12. Inter 1, 2, and Barcelona 6 and 4 draw.
Oh, okay. So
Barcelona
Barca
has.
So
So now-
Barcelona have
But
an edge.
looking at the
A
team,
hedge.
looking at the team right now, Barca versus Inter, I think Inter has the edge in terms of experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of
In
experience,
terms of
and
Lautaro
strength.
Martinez,
And strength.
Dumfries, and
Yeah.
the rest.
Yeah, but Barca's
it's a
got
big team.
flair.
Flair. Yeah.
Barca's got
Now,
flair.
now,
and-
now,
And pace.
look. They still 10. I'll put it like this: Barcelona have at least 10% chance. Let me just say at least 10%
Of
chance.
course, there's
Yeah,
still
of
chance.
course,
Although
of
there's
course.
even chance that's more than that, but let me say 10% chance.
No, you cannot put
that
it
we can
10%.
come.
You cannot put
so
it
because of
10%.
that chance, I will back my club. And
it's
again,
50-50.
yeah, and
It's
again,
50-50.
coach, again, Barcelona have faced something like this, similar to this, at the Copa del Rey semi-final against Atletico Madrid, 2 legs. Now, the first leg at Barcelona's home at Montjuic, we drew that game 4-4.
Yeah.
Against a side that beat us in La Liga with the way they play exactly like Inter. The only thing that Inter are stronger. Inter are just like we're playing against 11 Solots. You understand? They are big, they are strong. So and they play exactly. They break the offside trap exactly like Atletico. Exactly. So even if you listen to Flick after the game, he said, we have seen this before, and they expected something like
But
this.
on
to
a
happen.
highline, Sha.
Yes.
Barca
He said
highline,
they
Sha.
talked about this. That they expected something like this to happen.
Ebuka, make a phone
So-
call to Flick
so-
and tell him that those things don't happen often.
So Now,
it happens once. You should not rely on those things.
They've seen something
because
like
that
this.
I know. You've seen something like that. Doesn't mean you are going. You keep seeing it.
Against Inter,
Be at the talk.
coach, don't worry. Now, so you don't see something like this. You
when
don't
Inter
collect
go
3
knock
times
you,
in a
go
row
come and
against
no
Barca.
talk. I
Calm
said now
down.
50-50.
Barca no be
Say we've
Madrid.
seen something like this.
So-
You talk grammar. We've seen something like this.
So listen.
Now church house you dey. Una dey
now.
see altar all the time.
Now, Inter have
Don't
an
wait.
edge because they are very good with set piece. So it's just for Barcelona to practice how they can manage them.
Okay,
and see
okay,
what
all right. So we'll be looking
Final
forward to
prediction.
Tuesday and Wednesday. So final prediction, Wheezy.
PSG will go through.
Okay.
Inter and Barca, almost. For
Just
the
pick
Inter
one.
Barca match, but
Just pick
I
one.
really do not know because
Just pick one.
I,
Just pick one. It's okay if you get it
it's
wrong.
going to be PSG Barca.
Okay, coach. Why your take? I know PSG is going for you.
Why you think PSG go for me?
You need to banter Arsenal. I know that.
It's not an issue of it's not an issue of bantering Arsenal. Arsenal is still under construction, and you know if you carry incomplete building, carry go do show.
Okay, no problem.
You understand?
No
Nobody
problem.
go and rent an incomplete building.
Okay,
So
no problem.
Arsenal is yet to be fully constructed so that tenant can come in.
It's
So
okay.
I'll definitely go for PSG. And
Good
then
now.
Barcelona Inter. It's still an open game. It's 50-50.
You just
So
have to
who are you
pick one.
taking?
No, I don't want to pick anybody.
No,
It's
you have to
50-50.
pick. You have to pick.
Whatever the
You have
outcome
to
is.
pick. Even if
No,
you
no.
are wrong, it doesn't matter.
No,
You have
The
to
two games are actually 50-50. No
if-
game has been written off.
Yeah.
coach.
Anybody
I'm not
can
even
come
writing off-
and come in and
if-
win.
if- I'm not writing off
If I
Inter.
want to pick,
I'm not writing off Arsenal. I'm not writing off Inter. I'm not writing off
if I want to
anything.
pick, I think Barcelona can go through.
Okay, so PSG Barca. Okay.
Barcelona can go through.
Yeah. The games is 50-50. Barcelona for me will go through. Yeah, supporting my club.
Arsenal.
PSG Arsenal is very tight. But because I want to win the Champions League and I feel it's better for me to play against PSG than Arsenal, I'll go for PSG to qualify.
Okay, wow, PSG Barca. Well, I seem to be the only person who has a different
Yeah. No, Arsenal can qualify now.
who's having a different take on this
that is
table. So
PSG.
PSG Arsenal is going through, and Barca Inter, San Siro, 3-3, Omo Barca. Well,
Hey, go for Inter. Forget about it.
Inter will go through.
I'll tell you now.
Arsenal Inter final. And with that, we come to the end of Football Banter today, guys. Let us know what you think about our prediction, and also let us know what you think about some of the take we had today on the show in the comment section. And we also want to let you know that you also stand a chance to win some juicy prizes on the show. We're going to be picking out from some of the best guys who's been consistent with us, leaving comments in the comment section. We're going to see you, and also you never can tell, we're also going to have you come over and join us here in the studio. But if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and share the comments so that we can grow this community to have more people who love banter. And until then, the banter continues. For now, ciao, ciao.
Football Banter.